Yeah, I don't know. I guess you could pick one. Whatever you want.
Whatever I want. Dr. Robotnut's time has come, finally.
Dr. Robotnuts. Hello and welcome to Daniel's intro to Double Issue. Coming right after this brief word from our sponsors. Have you tried better mints? Stop getting those crappy mints. These mints are better.
Oh man, all I have left are resentments.
Ew.
It kind of tastes like? Sour and salty.
Do you like cigarettes?
Yeah. You resent it as soon as you put it in, but you got it too because it's a mint. You gotta have something in your mouth.
Resentments. You gotta have something in your mouth.
Hey, welcome to Double Issue. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Quentin.
And this is a show where we build a fictional universe together. Right now we're doing superheroes. And we're telling stories some weeks, and then we're doing world building episodes some weeks. And we're doing the latter this week. Yeah, our world build is about the latter.
Yeah.
He's a character now.
There's a latter character in an episode of Comedy Bang Bang, the TV show.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I had some little bits from the last story. Little bits.
Daniel's little bits.
So, from my story Early Retirement, I had 2 in-jokes from my writing, from my earlier writing. So, whenever... Oh gosh, I've already lost his name. Blood Guzzler. Whenever he hits the ground at the end, it's described as a wet, dull smack. And that was the title of one of my first published pieces, Wet, Dull Smack. And it's a zombie story. And I was going to put the link for that in our recommendations this week. But then Cogs and Gears was a reference to
Hold on. That's a weird coincidence that's one of your first published things.
Uh-huh.
One of my first published things is Wet Doll Smack.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was a different magazine, though.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Ew.
It's about just needing to hit a wet doll.
I thought you were going to try to save it and make me feel bad, but now that's even worse.
Go ahead.
All right. So the other one was Cogs and Gears, and I wrote a short poem monologue called What Cogs and Gears Say in freshman prose writing. That was not good. I don't think it's published anywhere.
What did they say, though?
It's just about, like, having a purpose. Even if you don't like it, you're stuck in that role. And even trying to escape it, you just keep getting put back in that role. That's pretty much it.
That's also weird coincidence. I actually published a CD called What Cogs and Gears Say, and it's just a sound effects CD, like those Halloween ones. It's just like ticka 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 is one track, and another track is probably like, and another track is like, So it's weird that we had like this parallel.
Yeah, our writing
development
careers have been really intertwined like that.
Yeah. No, but that's pretty cool.
This week we're doing the Immortal Reggie.
How mortal is he?
He's M. He's an M-class mortal.
Oh. But yeah.
This is a character that came up in Tribunal in the first part of Cliffhangers.
Yeah.
And I guess came back for Baron Von Kill.
Yeah. And that's about all we know about them.
Yeah.
They're immortal. And something very bad happened at some point. that we haven't really touched on at all.
Was it something bad they did, or we're just at?
I don't know. I think the first mention of the Immortal Reggie is in my first story. And my first story, here we go. Let me pull it up. Turns out the super healing you get from the seeds is not all encompassing, like that of the now infamous Immortal Reggie.
Oh, yeah.
They are now infamous. So, did my story come first or yours in the first episode?
Like in the first episode?
In the
or
very
the
first episode. The very first episode.
Oh.
Which story came first? I think it was yours. But I was going to say, if it was mine, technically, Immortal Reggie has been around longer than Amy.
I mean,
character-wise, in the double issue universe.
I'm listening. Oh, yeah, it was mine first, but I mean, that could just be a thing, is that Immortal Reggie has been around since the beginning.
Yeah, I just meant, like, we talk about Amy as the character we've been hinting at since episode 1. But if my story was first, I could say, well, Immortal Reggie, we've been hinting at quite a bit longer. 30 minutes longer.
It's kind of like when twins get into a fight. Like, I'm older by 10 seconds.
Yeah. So we do not know anything about the Immortal Reggie.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we know about Reggie?
We know he's immortal and infamous.
And he's got Bride of Frankenstein-esque hair.
Right. Big tall hair.
I mean, when I said that, I was saying that's how I pictured them. We don't have to go with that. That was just what I was picturing.
I didn't have any concept, really.
Okay.
I think I had, like, in my head for birthdays, because I kind of thought that they were going to be the Masked Man. I just had, like, generic brunette-haired protagonist character. So, having an actual signature look would help.
Tall hair with white streak?
Yeah. It'll help them stand out. So, we've decided they've been around since forever?
I don't know. They don't die, but I don't know if they've been around forever.
Gotcha.
That's a thing we can answer, I guess.
Well, we've got one super immortal character.
Yeah.
So, the gate's already kind of open where we could add more like that.
Yeah. I mean, we could have him just be born in, like, the blank teen hundreds or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's really old, but not beginning of time old. I mean, even like year 0 or something.
Yeah.
So Reggie's been around since year 1, the movie. So 13 years. When did that come out?
Is it only 13 years old?
No, it's 9 years.
Oh.
So Reggie is 9 years old.
Oh. How do we even know he's immortal then? So, year 1 AD or year 1 the movie?
Year 1 BC, let's make it.
Oh, okay. So just before.
Yeah.
So he's still a little younger.
Like, yeah.
So, what's he do before the start of Hero Universe?
I don't know. I guess maybe, does Reggie have powers?
I mean, is he just a super healer? Or does he just not die?
I think he's got all-encompassing healing, is what I stated in story 1. The year one equivalent of our stories. Rooftops. I don't know, super healing doesn't seem like it would cut it. It's gotta be like a little bit of something, right? I mean, being immortal is his calling card. But
what if he can force his body to grow? So, like, he could force, like, I'm gonna grow wings.
Whoa.
Like, almost like a changeling, but it's, like, full on. Like, permanent.
Oh. So, what if he, like, dying is a part of that process?
Oh.
Like, it's in the reassembling of the life that he gets the power or whatever.
So he has to, like...
Or dying, like, resets it. I'm not sure which one is.
Oh, okay.
So, like, what you're saying, where he can grow wings, just like, sprout some wings. And then he's got the wings until he dies. And then his body is reset to... I guess that also factors into what is this healing ability. Is it a healing or is it like a respawn kind of thing?
It'd be kind of interesting if there's a respawn.
Yeah, because if we're going with like the blank slate thing, like if it's resetting like his body.
But then is he like a whole different person each time?
I don't think so. He's got like a meta awareness of it.
Okay. So
He's
it's
like,
more like a Doctor Who situation.
Yeah, he's like a person that has one quick load point. Yeah, more like Doctor Who, but he is the person playing the video game. His body has like a R to reset button to, if catastrophic damage.
Okay.
Like the racing games where if you crash, you can put your car right back on the road.
So it's not necessarily healing, then it's just he gets right back up once he goes down.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes back to pre-damage. So that would be interesting if he has to like grow his powers. I like this idea. I don't know what it is, but I do like it. But because it's interesting if he gets taken out, he still has the weakness of I don't have any of my powers right now.
Oh, so it's like a build over time
kind of thing. Like you were saying, like if he wanted wings, he decides to grow them. So he's able to fly with everyone. He gets taken out, he can no longer fly with anyone until he grows back the wings.
So like his wings like fall off or like shed.
Well, I think if it's like a reset.
Oh, like a straight up like magical reset.
Or something. I don't know. I guess it depends on what the reset means. You're right, yeah. Does it take any time? Is it like a... Because if it's like just a... I don't know. Yeah, I guess we do have to decide, is it like a biological or magical? Because biological would be more like a cocoon type thing, not necessarily in a cocoon, but a fast like rebirth kind of deal.
Right.
Whereas like if it were like a magic deal, it could just be like if you were standing there and got shot, your body would like fall to the ground and then you would just be, your body would disappear and you're standing there again.
I think if we were going to go with the reset, it would almost be cooler if it was just that. Like a magical reset.
Yeah.
Because in fights with him, he could just throw himself at somebody
Yeah.
he would reset and reappear coming back at them. And that'd be cool enough.
Yeah.
And I think if we're going biological, it's cool to have the additional, like, he can grow stuff over time.
Yeah. And I like the idea that just back then, in year -1, there's like, you know, could fall into a temple or something. And like some old wizard or something gave you this ability.
He falls into a strange bog and doesn't assimilate perfectly with the assimilation monster there.
Yeah. But to jump back slightly, the way it sounds is like he is a video game character.
Yeah.
He's got his respawn, but every time he respawns, he gets his like talent points back and he can respec. Maybe there's like a certain amount of like powers he can grow, so he has to like reset to reallocate them.
Oh, yeah.
And that might be like something that with more experience you level up more and you have more of them to spend, obviously.
Right.
But you still don't have infinite amount of points. But then I just wonder, where does he get these powers from?
Yeah, is he playing like vampire rules? Where he has to consume some sort of power source to get them?
See, that's what I was thinking. Maybe there's like an observation thing. He has to see some power in effect before he can assimilate it into his moveset kind of deal. Or
I was wondering if he like powers vampires them out.
like sucks them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a variant of the observing one, a more deadly one. Eat their brain.
Yeah.
And go heroes. No, Siler didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Siler didn't eat their brain. He just looked at their brain and knew. Spoilers.
Oh, I thought he ate like one part of it or something, like the hippocampus or something weird.
I don't think he actually ate it. I think it was like the brains were always missing, but I think his power was he could look at something and know how it works. Oh. So if he looks at the brain, he knows how it works and he gets the power.
Weird.
Yeah. I think it was an interesting twist on that, not having to eat the brain. I don't think he had to eat the brain.
That was just fun.
Siler eat brains? That's the popular speculation. No, he doesn't. That's what it says.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just like that Siler eats brains is like a very common...
Yeah, no, you Google in does Siler and it's like eat brains into Google. But yeah, I had it right. I'm the best heroes trivia person. I was a defender of that show even when on its decline. But yeah. So like a magical reset ability.
Okay.
And so which powers thing are you thinking is best?
I like the biological for the body horror aspect, but the magical can make him a better villain. If that's the way we're going with them.
Yeah.
Especially if he can, you're saying like adapt powers for himself?
I guess. So I guess a big part of it is going to be how they get their powers. Because if it's some consumption type method, they've got to be like secretly a villain the whole time almost.
Are we saying that they're straight up stealing the exact power or just the force that they can use their powers at?
How do you mean that?
Like, are they straight up copying Moonglow's magical moon powers? Or is he stealing just the the energy that powers her.
I think he's stealing like the ability to do a power.
Okay.
Not necessarily like the force behind it's going to be like whatever powers him, I guess. So it wouldn't be exact, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think? What seems most interesting to you?
See, I was wondering if it was more like a Highlander thing, like just one by one knocking off other heroes to steal their powers, but just like the raw power of them.
That's interesting as well. So if he takes the raw power, does he also get the powers, or?
See, that's where I was thinking maybe the Siler part comes in. Maybe he can copy them from understanding how they work.
So maybe if he studies someone long enough, he unlocks the ability to put points into that power.
Yeah.
And it's by killing other people's, he steals some sort of powering of them.
Right.
That gives him the ability points to actually put into those powers.
Yeah. So he could just kill a villain or a hero he doesn't know, and he'll just get their power, but not their actual special moves or whatever.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because that gives him a little more weakness. Because you'd have to spend time to study somebody and...
Yeah.
Yeah. He wouldn't just walk into a battle and automatically start doing stuff.
Yeah, but he doesn't necessarily have to be in contact with anyone, does he? Could he watch, like, video of people?
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
Okay, so that seems interesting. So it's taken some sort of essence. Is this related to... Do you think is this related to the Citadel Rift thing that's giving people powers? Or is this a more general life force of which people with powers maybe have more of?
Maybe it's microscopic animals.
Okay, and he eats them. And they go into his bloodstream.
Yeah, they surround this force energy that they eat on, and he steals those from other people. But they'd be pretty itty bitty. Maybe we should call them midi-chlorians.
What about mini? Mini, I think works better. Mini-chlorians.
Oh yeah, mini-chlorians. He steals the mini-chlorians.
Okay.
But no.
Is it power specific or life force kind of deal?
I'd say life force, more of a generalist.
So do you think
energy source.
Do you think before hero times he was watching like basic people? Like he was watching a guy making a speech, and he watched enough speeches and he unlocked the persuasive speaking skill.
Yeah.
And then if he offed someone, he understood that he could put a point into persuasive speaking.
Well, I think before the Citadel, he just had time to get better at skills and like imitating things. And then once powers came out, he got some and learned that he could get more.
Well, I think he might have to learn beforehand that he can kill people and.
Oh, okay.
But maybe he doesn't need to as much. Maybe time is a thing too.
Yeah. Maybe a lot of the more esoteric skills, there's not a lot more you can learn from people or like take from people. So he killed the best speaker in the world ever, and he killed the best seamstress ever.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have to kill those people to get the power for those.
Yeah.
He just has to observe them to learn that, right?
Right.
But the killing people gives him experience points.
Oh, so maybe before it was like he got more power from killing people. But then once supers came out, like one super was a multitude more.
Yeah,
a magnitude higher.
Like it takes so many more experience points to have one superpower versus all of these normal powers. Like all of his skill points were capped. Like he had 10 in speaking and 10 in agility or whatever. But superheroes was like, well, I have 1800 in agility. And also you need like 30 points just to do a basic fireball.
So in a way, he's sort of like Randall Savage, except instead of, I guess he's immortal and super strong or something.
I'm not too familiar with him. I know he's like immortal and does like time travel shenanigans.
I think he's just immortal, so he's just always in the background of Marvel things. Or like is in the background a lot.
DC. Vando Savage is DC.
He is.
Yeah. Okay, where are we? We've gone way off topic. We should rein ourselves in.
All right, we've got
a basis.
Some basic powers. So what's his backstory? How'd he come to be?
Fell into a pyramid. And then Horus was like, yo, wanna reset?
Whoa.
He got blessed by Rossetti from Animal Crossing.
He's bringing in gods into the story.
We already got those, man.
No,
I don't know. I don't know if it's magic. I don't want it to be artifact based.
Yeah, no.
It's just inherent to Reggie now. Reggie also probably isn't his ancient name. I don't know if that's an ancient name.
Regulus. That's an old name, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh yeah, Regulus means little prince or king.
Little prince. A little bit prince, a little bit king. Do you think they were a king or a prince?
That could be interesting.
What if they fell down a well?
Down well.
A power well.
Oh. Fell down the old power well, you're saying.
Nah, without powers they would have made it to past the elephant spider.
I almost had an idea there. Say, what if he was in line for the throne and like his younger brothers tossed him in something
to kill him?
Yeah. Or like they're like, if you really want to get the people on your side, you got to go jump in that well past the spider elephant.
No, I don't know if really good. Do that, but I don't know. We could tie it in with that.
Yeah.
You don't have to, though.
It'd make like a foil for Amy in that way. Like tie them together.
Yeah.
But I guess we'd have to explain why. Well, I guess we're saying some of her powers come later.
Yeah.
So maybe that still works out.
So what if it's like going with a brother and they're on like a journey and they encounter the well? I don't know. We determined that the spider guardian protects it.
Right.
So they'd have to make it past that.
He studies their movements and gets so good at knowing where they're going to be.
But I was just thinking, what if the brother pushes them down the well?
Oh, yeah.
And leaves them to die and comes back so they can be king. So Reggie is just falling forever for a while and then just gets reset right next to the well.
Oh, that's true, since he didn't pull up a bucket instead.
Yeah. Oh, what if it's like terrible? Like falling down the well and like getting hit down the side or starving to death and then getting reset to like the top of the well but still falling.
Oh.
And eventually, like after I don't know how long of that torture, they like finally get a plan to like have their bearings when they get reset and pull themselves out kind of deal.
That'd be pretty interesting.
That seems hardcore.
Oh, they're so young that they can't stretch their arms out enough to like grab the sides of the well. So they just keep falling until they age enough to stretch out.
Oh, that's terrible. No, I don't know if it should be like an aging into it.
Oh, okay.
I think it should be like they come up with a plan, like it's cunning.
Yeah.
But maybe
they grab the bucket or something. Or...
Yeah, I think maybe part of it is they don't know when they're going to reset. So part of the one where they succeed, they intentionally like off themselves somehow, so that they're prepared for the reset and they're ready to do something.
That seems pretty cool.
Yeah, that seems pretty cool.
Okay, let me get that here in our notes.
Do they go back and kill their brother?
I mean, what if they go back, but by the time they get back, their brother's king?
Yeah.
And he thinks it through, like, well, if I go back, he got his problems. Maybe I'll check out and see what kind of king he is. And he's, like, terrible. So then he comes up with a plan or something.
Okay. Because I think part of the origin is we also need killing someone and feeling the power. Yeah.
And that would be a pretty prominent first time murder.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got a good origin now.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty solid origin.
So then they've got... Oh, what? Go ahead.
I forgot we had this whole origin section in our notes page, so I'll move that there.
So they were just kind of like leveling up for 2,000 years.
And then heroes drop and they like mega level.
Yeah. Maybe they like learn a power and they try to put points into it, don't have enough. Maybe kill someone, still don't have enough. Die and realize that they have to like put all of their life force into one power.
Oh.
Just to have one power. And they're like, oh man, what is the first power that Reggie puts his points into?
What if he just does flight right off the bat, thinking like if that's when the Centauri show up, he's like, well, if they think they're so cool, I'll show them.
Yeah, that might be cool. See, the thing is, like, he could be a hero for a bit that's just like one power man. They have one power and they have to die and they reset what the power is. So they've learned, several different moves or whatever.
Yeah.
They just have to take a hit in order to respec. So they're not too terribly useful in a team or whatever.
Well, maybe they get famous through being a solo person for a long time.
Yeah, there's some like good like one power like switch. I don't know. There's like something really good here. Some really poppy sounding name.
Some bait and switch.
Yeah, there we go. Nailed it. Moving on.
That was in one of our villains episode. We spent a lot of time on that name. Like, I don't think we like this name. Rewind?
Something about reset?
Rewind. Reg set?
Something about like one time use. One time use.
Reset Reggie.
Reset Reggie? That's pretty good. Reset Reggie.
Okay.
They did create a hero in I haven't listened to the episode, but in Hey, I've Got an Idea, they invented a hero. And their hero was Respawn.
Oh.
That has a similar respawning power. I think ours is pretty different.
Yeah.
Because of the other things we have, but they do have a hero called Respawn.
Nice.
I didn't listen to the hero one, but they did create a villain, and they created a villain to that hero. Oh. So that's how I learned about that hero. But if you haven't listened, go check out their show. It's really good. And we got art from one of them.
HIGAI show.
Yeah.
back to King Reggie.
Yeah.
So
Reset Reggie.
Reset Reggie. We've got a pretty solid origin. I think we got a handle on his powers. Should we talk a little more then about his career, or maybe some like heroes and adversaries he's worked with or fought against?
Yeah, that seems pretty like a good direction.
Okay. So like at the end of his kinghood, does he just kind of abandon his kingdom? Like decide it's time to move on after living for so long?
I don't know.
Does he get thrown out by the people?
I don't know.
Okay. So we'll just draw a question mark there.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you have any good ideas for it?
I could see something like getting bored.
Yeah.
Like he was kind of already born pretty high up the ladder for the time. And maybe in his own way, it's like, well, there's no more headroom for me at this point. Or maybe just like a natural like changing of the times, and he was like, well, this is a good time for me to step away. I've been king for like 300 years, so
I don't know. Kind of wonder, maybe he doesn't become king?
Oh.
What if he
overthrows his brother but doesn't?
Yeah.
Like overthrows the brother but doesn't actually become king.
Or he like observes the kingdom and just kind of like and walks away?
What if he watches and observes the kingdom for so long and he does all the things right to overthrow his brother, and he does it and the people still aren't, like, there's a variable with how the people feel about things that he didn't take into account. And so, like, even though he did everything right, it's still, he didn't become king, or...
That might be a thing.
I don't know. Yeah, we could still question mark that one.
Yeah. It's an interesting...
Okay, so he starts as a hero, though, in the 80s, right?
Yeah. Reset Reggie.
Okay. So, did he have any sidekicks or partners that he fought with?
I don't know.
Let's see. I know our resource list isn't expansive.
Reset Boy.
Sorry.
He just died. I don't know.
Could be like Double Takes Dad.
I don't know. Do you think he plays well with others?
I mean, it definitely sounds like he's more of a solo person by this point.
Yeah. What if we give him someone that he has a duo with for a bit? Not necessarily a sidekick, but a team up, like a Heroes for Hire type thing.
Yeah.
Like not necessarily someone that, like just an equal that he teamed up with for a while and they were known as a group.
Like Moonglow.
Nah.
I'm trying to think, we haven't really fleshed out too many of our golden age.
No.
Captain Infinity's back there?
Yeah. I mean, we can make up a new one now to help flesh out that golden age.
Yeah. What about a true Batman hero? I know we kind of discussed like Hildy having some like gadgetry power or resources.
Okay.
But like a true golden age Batman, someone that would be a little closer to Reset Reggie's, like, not power level, but he'd be the same physicality as him at that point.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Because then there could be the whole thing of like him outgrowing his partner.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a simple name we can go with, the Gadget or Gadget.
What about,
let's see,
Armo? He's the armadillo hero.
Armo.
And he just has armor.
Armadillo. I do like Armadillo in general. That's a pretty cool hero. And I do like the idea that it's a gadget one. Armadillo. And he's a dillo. Dillo is a minimalistic web browser particularly intended for older or slower computers and embedded systems. Dillo, like an armadillo without the armor. What's the Dillio? What's the Dillo? You. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know, you got a good combo name if it's that guy?
I don't know. I was trying to use some random generators and nothing was coming up.
Let's see, like, if we're going, like, there's the Batman, but there's also, like, the Shadow or the Phantom or...
Regulate. A regulator. And his power is to slow down others. So it's like Reverse Flash.
Ew.
He just moves at a normal speed that just slows down other people.
Why is this line taking so long?
Regulator.
What about Regulator, but they're just a Batman here?
I mean, that works.
That's a cool name.
Reset and Regulator.
Yeah.
RR.
What if Regulator is also named Reggie? Because he was making a pun on his name.
Oh.
Like Regulator.
Oh.
But it was just like it's a secret identity, so it was just like a one person in joke, like your things.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
But they bond over that. I don't know.
Does Regulator have a cape? No cape?
Oh, I don't know.
What are we talking here?
I imagine them in this brief moment that I've known about them. Their costume looks like steel.
Oh.
The 1997 Shaquille O'Neal superhero movie.
Oh, so not the robot armor. Not the cool one. Oh, I forgot that costume. Mm-hmm. Oh.
So it looks like no cape.
Yeah. Because I was imagining Reggie either having something sort of like a regal cape or like just a long flowy coat.
I do like that headgear, though. At the very least, their headgear looks very steel. I don't care about the rest of the costume.
Man, it sort of looks like a Roboman suit from Doctor Who that they like borrowed.
It's also the similar to the helmet of Bible Man.
Oh, it might be Bible Man's helmet. Like, they might have repurposed that after that movie. It looks so much like it now that I'm looking at it.
Also similar to the guy in the superhero Goosebumps TV show episode.
That was my favorite of the books.
So what's their team name called?
The Reggies?
Yeah, I guess.
Arnars. The Rockin' R's.
Reg
set.
Reg said go.
Well, we could make a villain for him, and that might help.
Okay.
Fill in some of that.
Oh, I thought you like transitioned that because you had a villain.
I had an idea.
Okay, go ahead.
We don't have any real fiction yet for him. So, what about using Mammon?
Is that Goldman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's a big question mark. I don't have any powers or backstory for him yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I already got a cover. Casino Royale. It's the splash title, I guess. And I don't know what's on the cover.
Oh.
I just had a title. I don't know. Reggie with a crown and him at the Mammon's casino. Or Mammon has stolen Reggie's crown. The heirloom he keeps. Like, that's part of his past that he keeps, you know?
Oh.
and Mammon has stolen the crown because it's gold. Mammon's always stealing gold. So is Mammon, did we determine, are they like indestructible?
We have nothing written up about them.
Because I imagine them being a gold person.
That's pretty good.
So you can punch them, but they're just like, yeah, I'm still here. I know you said they have like casino theming type stuff.
That's as far as I've gotten with them, is they just have some casino theming and they had a gold skin color.
But yeah, I think that can be built on top. Like they can just like take it.
Yeah.
Being made of, well, I mean, gold is a soft metal, so I think we had part of this conversation. So it's not exactly analogous, but
well,
they have a gold appearance and are made of metal.
So gold is soft technically when it's 100%. It's still a metal. Like it's still hell like hard, or not hard, but heavy. So if you punch someone made of gold, it's still gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, maybe it's not actual gold, but like I don't know. We don't have to figure that out.
Yeah.
But they can take a punch and like fly through walls and be fine. Like a kind of Luke Cage power set almost.
I like that.
But their gimmick is casino type stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And they're always stealing gold.
I do like that idea of just the house always wins. And he's just always stealing gold.
It's like me.
He should run into Quake a lot too, since he does archaeology. My mom just always busting into her sites and stealing stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So being the other immortal in the world, do you think he and Amy have met up before they get powers?
I don't know.
So it could be interesting if they both have this well power and they've both been alive for a while, having a adversarial yin yang kind of relationship.
Yeah, I don't know if they should though.
Yeah,
because it might be better just like they have that like textual type relationship without it being they know each other and bounce off of each other.
Yeah.
Because I kind of like the idea that no one really knows his whole past kind of deal.
Right.
Like, that's a big mystery.
Well, see, I was thinking of it like Angel from the Buffy series, where it's like they just meet up every now and then. Just like chance meetings.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
Like, they still may not know much about each other from that, but...
I mean, it's something we can keep in mind,
yeah,
I guess. I just don't know if we need to commit to it right now.
Yeah, no.
We can, if we have a good idea for it. I wouldn't want to just put it out there, I think is what I'm leaning on.
Right.
Like, if it has a good idea attached to it, that seems fine. I think not necessarily is the answer.
Right.
What about a villain? Tree Set Reggie.
Okay.
Is a tree that has stolen his powers. I don't know how.
He's like an apple tree. And if you eat the apple, it gains your powers.
Yeah. I don't know what this is, but I like it. I don't know if it's a Reggie specific villain, but an apple tree that gains the powers of anyone that eats its apples. So it's just like a sentient, sapient tree. It can't move. It's just sitting there forever. come on, eat my apples. Like sitting beneath the tree was Isaac Newton. And he was like, I want all that smarts. I'm going to drop an apple on him. And then he dropped that. The tree, the non-gendered tree, dropped the apple on Isaac Newton. And instead of eating it, Isaac Newton went, gravity! Is this tree... Oh, sorry.
He did take a bite, and he lost a little bit of smarts. What did you say?
Is the tree... I guess the tree is stationary, but do you think the tree is reborn? And like the tree, as a normal tree lifetime, dies, but its seeds continue? Or maybe just one seed?
See that.
Continues on the line?
What if, whenever Reggie eats from it, it gains the power of, like, flight and reset? And so in this, like, mini arc, this mini Reggie arc, he's, like, chasing down a flying tree.
Yeah, it's just a tree. Yeah, a tree superhero, supervillain.
So
that just pops up occasionally from the golden age.
I think then, in our current age, whenever they go to Reggie's fortress, there'll just be a random apple tree that looks really sickly growing in, like, his front room. It's just he's kept it in prison there for after it wronged him.
There's got to be a storyline somewhere in Tree Set Reggie's lifetime when they're still out and about, where they try to get their apples baked into a lot of pies. I know we always do this, guys, but we're pivoting. This is a Tree Set Reggie episode now.
We found the true gold in this story.
And it wasn't Mammon.
Gold building episode. Nope, it was Tree Set Reggie. In this arc, there should be a really weird, messed up version of the Giving Tree.
The Taking
or
Tree. No. What?
A hero eats from the apple, like a strong hero, and then, like, they're like shows them losing muscle mass, and the tree, like, grabs them and just eats them whole.
Oh. Yeah.
Man, what if Reggie helps the tree bake all these pies to steal all the powers?
I don't think Reggie is that kind of evil.
He's more like lawful evil, like or like anti-villain.
I think I don't know. I think he's got some motives that we haven't hit upon yet, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're necessarily like I don't see him like joining up with the tree.
Yeah.
To harm a bunch of people. Like, he's a hero.
I can see that.
And maybe he was a king and he enjoyed helping people, but there's like something else there. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure of his motivations yet, but I'm not sure if I see him as like a villainous villain most of the time. I think maybe there's like some motivation about him becoming more powerful.
Yeah.
And like being a hero might be a means to like observe a lot of other heroes, maybe.
What if he's like, if I could be a hero to everyone at one time, almost like in the Red Sun story arc, where it's like, yeah, Superman makes the Soviet Union work because he can literally be everywhere all the time helping people. It's like Reggie's trying to make is trying to amass so much power that he can just always be helping people over their problems. But he wants to do it himself instead of trusting other people.
Yeah. So it's like a help thing, but also in some ways a power thing as well.
Yeah.
But I could see that like he's trying to fight in his mind for the greater good.
Yeah.
So killing another hero Do you think he ever feels conflicted about this, or is just like, does he perhaps like choose certain people? Like, I don't know. What's his...
What if he's choosing people he doesn't think are like worthy of their power, but not?
Because I kind of wonder maybe if he's like, there's some way he's like preserving their legacy in some way.
Because I could see him sort of murdering old timer heroes who are passing on. And he's like, I want to preserve your power.
Like, he definitely murders Regulator at some point, right?
Yeah, like maybe Regulator is hurt pretty bad and he can't hero anymore. And Reggie's like, but I could keep your legacy going.
Yeah. Yeah, so we kind of got his motivations. I think that's a good baseboard for it. Maybe we can shore him up as we go from here, kind of deal.
Yeah. Because at least from what I've been setting up, it seems like he'll come back more in the story.
Yeah. But
So
I think
probably...
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, no, that was it then. He's coming back to do something.
Yeah. And so we've got some, like, vagaries of motivations that I think are a good starting point. And so, yeah, the thing you just typed, sometimes access shadow dreams, I think that can help play into that, like, orchestrating larger events type character.
Yeah. So he'll pretend to be this villain Shadow Doom to try to set up things.
Yeah.
To help push things in his favor.
Yeah. And this doesn't fit with your story, but I wonder if the unmasking of Shadow Doom, it can't fit now. But that would have been a good, now infamous. He was unmasked as a villain.
What if he got Regulator to wear the Shadow Doom armor and sets him up? I don't know. That was like a sudden flash I had, and I was like, I'm not sure if I know all the pieces of that story yet.
I mean, he's been killing heroes and villains and absorbing their power. Well, is it just the act of killing, or is there some ritual part that he gets from the thing?
I don't know if like a vampire bite would exactly be right, because I don't think that fits with the rest of them.
No, but I wonder if he has to like spill blood.
Yeah. I was wondering if he just has to like be touching them. So like strangling them or like somehow be touching them as they die.
Yeah. I don't know.
He has to go throw their bodies in the well.
Yeah. But I mean, like, this could be like, all of this is hidden information as the universe is going on.
Right.
And then there's an event where like some character is, I don't know if it's an event, but a mini series where someone's like connecting all of these disparate threads of hero deaths or hero disappearances, and just tracks them down to the Immortal Reggie. And that's a big reveal in universe, is Immortal Reggie has been secretly killing people sometimes.
Well, so in the resolution stories where he's on the tribunal,
yeah,
Hattie just falls into the ocean. And so maybe he resets. What if he keeps resetting and falling to the earth over and over again? He has to figure out something to do to get out of that loop.
No. Yeah, maybe.
Or like stuck in the ocean, but they go looking for him. And they could unravel it then?
Maybe. I don't know. Someone like, I think that could be the infamous thing, is like finding out how many people he's killed. Like, I kind of wonder if he has to like if he's taken, like, part of that, like the ritual part, not necessarily for getting the power from them, but like a sort of remembrance thing. Is he has something of theirs to remember them by, so it's not like he's never like killed someone and just forgotten about them.
Oh.
He does consider each thing, like consider each kill kind of deal.
Yeah. So he has like a big trophy room of some sort.
Not necessarily a trophy in his eyes, but
like mementos.
Yeah, like I will carry your spirit on, kind of like he sees it as like reverent or something.
I see that.
So they at the end of it is they find that room or whatever that he has secretly.
The whole time they're chasing him or chasing that story, it keeps seeming like somebody's on their tail or following them. He thought out so meticulously the steps someone would have to go to find a secret that he kept trying to set traps and set contingency plans in the path of anyone to find a secret, that it's like someone's following him, but it's really just like the ghost of him.
Oh, yeah.
In that regard.
I mean, maybe it's like The Search for Reggie is the series, like they're trying to find him.
Yeah.
And then kind of like this unfolds at the same time or whatever. Like that could be the event / series or whatever it is. So we can say he's still fell into the ocean, got reset, falling to Earth. Whereabouts are unknown since then.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So you think at some point he kind of retired as an everyday superhero and became the Immortal Reggie, as everyone calls him, or something? He just wanted to be Reggie?
Yeah, he spends like 20, 30 years being a hero and thinks maybe there's a better way he could save people, like save more people through change.
Yeah.
So he thinks by like becoming this important part of the community, maybe that'll help, or...
Yeah, so he goes on the tribunal.
Yeah.
Maybe he was a politician for a bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
That would be a storyline in the comics. Like Lex Luthor was president, and then he decides, no, that's definitely not the way to affect any change. Eat the rich. Feel like we've talked a lot. Do we got off topic a lot, but do we have more villains? Any storylines? I think we've got some good stuff here.
I think we're getting to a pretty normal, like a pretty good... I think we're getting to a natural ending point. Let me see. So he gets name dropped in your episode 1. Comes back in the tribunal.
That's in the past, though.
Yeah. How long do you think that was ago?
I don't know. I think during the episode I said 90s, but that was before our timeline was more firmed up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, long enough for Cup Hands to be on their own, creative their own country.
Right. So at least like
I would
10
say
plus.
Yeah, somewhere in that range. At least 10 years prior. But maybe like mid 2000s? Early mid 2000s? Is that a range? Somewhere in there you pick one?
Yeah, we can softball that. Because that's far enough back to have a documentary in a country about that event. Or from that event.
Yeah, because the country's like established by the time your story does the look back on it, right?
Yeah. So maybe it's like he's the hero for the first 20-ish years of the universe, of the superhero universe.
Yeah.
And then his last arc is he tries to run as a politician. And then whatever happens there. And that would put him about the time that maybe he either becomes a hero again for a short bit or joins the tribunal.
Yeah.
I think that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've got a pretty good amount here. Do you want us to do some more covers?
Yeah, you got any more?
Gotta do something where it's like the cover something about him and the spider elephant when he's getting pushed in. I don't know how to seat that though.
Yeah, I don't know. I also wonder how some of that information gets conveyed in the in universe. Not in universe, in meta universe.
Oh, maybe there's a comic that's like there's no words; it's just him falling.
No, I just mean like how does his origin story get told? Where is that told?
Oh, would he have like maybe his own run?
Yeah, I just don't know if the origin secret.
I think the origin would be secret from most people. I think he would just claim that he got it at the same time as anyone else.
Yeah. Maybe there's just like the secret origins of Reggie or something after the reveal.
Yeah.
And all of this is revealed. Just like no one knows the origins of Amy's until it's revealed, and they're like, "Oh, they're going back to that well again."
Oh, they just pull that out anytime it's convenient.
They just copying Reggie's origin. What is this?
Or is Reggie just copying Amy's origin? They were two separate comic lines from two competing comic companies with similar backstories, and the double issue universe bought out Reggie's so that he wouldn't be a competing superhero with Amy. And then they decided just to combine.
No, wasn't it Amy Dangerous was like an old pulp comic, and then when the double issue comics started,
yeah,
they bought the rights to those old characters.
Well,
and they threw out most of the backstory, but there was like a power well element.
The original, it was a guy, obviously. Adam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But whenever they rebooted it, they also gender swapped it.
Yeah, okay.
But the old Golden Age version of Adam was really stupid. Like, he is just royally awful. And so everyone is pretty okay with that change anyway.
Yeah. Okay. I like the meta story.
Yeah.
Because once I was gonna write a... What was it? It wasn't going to be a book. It was going to be like a Wikipedia for super... It was this before this. I was going to write it alone, and just... There was going to be like a meta story of the comics coming out kind of deal.
We should make that a season of this podcast. It's just us doing the meta story for the comic book company.
Yeah, like all the writers.
Yeah, like our Stan Lee, well, Josh, and
that's some weird alternate universe.
They're preparing to have their version of the double issue Avengers 4 come out, and so they want to recap all the stories from the comic books series. We can get old guys, like old people, to do voice acting, where they act like they're like old letterers and colorists.
Yeah. That would be a fun thing to do. Have a documentary like it's a real thing. If we ever get a double issue movie, it's not about any of the characters. It's a documentary about this fake company.
No. There's at least 30 seconds to 45 seconds that is in double issue universe, because that's what's going to be in every single trailer.
Yeah.
But then people go to the movies, and it's like a Birdman movie, basically, like that same level of meta.
Yeah.
It's just,
Oh no, it's a TV docuseries.
Oh, okay.
And then they recreate issues, but they don't do it as a big budget thing. It's like a low budget knockoff where they're acting out comics, but it's very low budget. like Lifetime movie did a superhero movie.
Immortal Reggie, home in time for the holidays. So that's a comic book cover idea. Reggie in Santa's sleigh, and he's like choking out Santa.
Oh, I thought you meant all of that documentary talk. So that's a comic book cover.
Yeah, no, that one is. But I got this idea of Reggie like fighting Santa Claus on the sleigh.
Do you bring up someone fighting Santa every time we come to comic book covers?
I don't think I do.
What was the last one you did? Was it Amy fighting Santa?
It might have been. That sounds right. No, surely it was farther back. I think I've brought up Santa fighting the Martians.
What about Immortal Reggie? But he's in he's like cashier uniform at a cash register, and it just says the Immortal Register. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
That's pretty good.
Maybe he had to get a day job for something. And then like one of him like at a computer, and like the Immortal Registry edit. You know, the registry is a computer thing.
Yeah.
And then one of him like buying things for someone's wedding. It says the Immortal Registry. And then one of him like buying a gift for someone's baby. And it just says the Immortal Registry.
He's gonna really bank on those.
And then one of him like he's like trying to get into college, and it's like the Immortal Registration.
And then the one where he comes back and works at the college, and it's the Immortal Registrar.
Yeah. So all of those are covers.
Okay. I think one where there's like a floodlight, and it's on him and Regulator, and it's like a recreation of the Batman Robin cover.
So I was looking at Batman and Robin comics, like just some back issues at Half Price Books.
Yeah.
And as far as I could tell from the covers alone, there was a period in which Robin wasn't always there, and it was Batman and blank. And he was just having team ups with different people. It looked real cool.
Yeah.
And then there was also one that looked like Robin had super strength, and he was doing like the Superman car thing, but with the Batmobile.
Oh.
And Batman was like, "Oh no."
Was Batman under the car or off to the side?
Off to the side, I think.
Oh, that's good.
I don't remember. I don't think it was under it.
A recreation of that cover, but Reggie's having trouble lifting the car because he hasn't reset his powers. And everyone's just kind of staring at him laughing.
I mean, there could be that famous, like, dead person draped in arms of him holding Regulator. You know, like the draped across the arms kind of pose.
Yeah.
The what is it? Crisis on Infinite Earths holding. Who's holding who on that? Superman holding Supergirl. I think that's like the most recreated comic book cover. Maybe that was at a different time.
Yeah, he's holding Supergirl in that one. So, I mean, that's just like it's a pretty cover, minus like the fact that Supergirl's dead. But the background is really cool looking. I like that with the purple, violet, and pink levels of heroes.
Oh yeah.
It just looks really cool.
Yeah, but they reuse that a lot. I mean, you could see in the related images, there's a Supergirl holding Supergirl. Oh no, there's like 2 different ones. But I see one. There's one where Cyclops is holding someone.
Oh, I've got one. So I just saw a Superman cover that made me think of this. There's a Superman cover where there's like somebody putting a foot on Superman and pushing him into the earth. So that, but it's Eon, and his powers don't work on Reggie the same way. So he's just trying to like stomp on him.
Yeah.
All right.
You got some good ones.
Yeah.
And it gives us some good stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good. I mean, we still don't know what he did bad recently. And
well, no, he was found out about stuff.
Okay.
That's what caused that's what makes him the now infamous. Is it was plastered everywhere. Maybe it was a thing, like when they found out, some people, maybe Aegis or someone, they had like we gotta keep this a secret. Like,
oh.
But maybe it got out after that.
Okay. Oh. What is something like, since the Sensational Six kind of have that dumb luck falling into things feel to them? What if they accidentally uncover the cover-up story? And like At the Eye tweets it out to everybody, and or something like that.
Okay, but yeah. That seems like maybe they decide to cover it up on the thing, and then the Sensational Six uncover it. And that seems like a thing that they would uncover. Like they get a hold of it and they're like, should we do this? And the producers are like, ratings.
Well, maybe that's what helps push some of those characters farther up the hero ranking. It's like, oh, they're famous now for doing this big thing.
And is that after the reboot then?
Yeah, well,
it has to be, huh?
Maybe that is part of the reason they get the reboot.
Well, the Cup Hands is...
Oh, that's right. It's after. Yeah.
Necessarily. Yeah. This is the...
Oh, that lines up really well then, timeline-wise.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Just got a little nugget there. Under the wire.
All right.
End stuff?
Yeah, let's wrap up.
Okay.
So this week, I'm just recommending my own piece from the Fringe magazine. You can go check out Wet Dull Smack. And they've got other cool stuff on the Fringe.
The Fringe is also the name of the bonus podcast you get when you subscribe to the Nexus TV on Patreon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a show Daniel and I have been on. We've been on, Second Opinions?
Yeah, we've been on Second Opinions.
And that's on the Nexus network. But if you back them, you can also hear our voices on The Fringe because we're on the bonus episodes of that.
I didn't realize they had The Fringe. I'm a bad guest.
I'm dialed into everything.
You are.
My recommendation this week is Pantheon, The True Story of the Egyptian Deities by Hamish Steele. And it's a graphic novel. And it talks about, it covers like a bunch of Egyptian mythology stuff, which I was really into Egyptian culture and mythology after I played Assassin's Creed Origins. That got me really interested in a lot of that stuff. And then I saw this at the library, and it was very, very good and informative. And it's very funny and also very much based on those mythology stories. So it's just we're brother and sister, but also I'm your father, and also we need to have sex and have this child, because that's what mythology is.
Yeah,
it's very good.
The other thing I wanted to hawk that isn't something I made was the Hey, I've Got an Idea show. So
they're really good.
There'll be links down the bottom for it. If you like our show art, It's by Lisa Prather. You can check it out on Instagram or on her website, Lisa Prather Art. Instagram.com/Lisa Prather Art or LisaPratherArt.com.
Yeah, she has had... Look, I see an art recently.
Ooh.
There's also pictures of dogs. You can see her dogs. But yeah, she's a great artist.
Yeah.
And then we're still doing a contest.
Yeah, our fan creation contest.
Yeah. Send us something double issue fan related. And your creation, if you win, will become canon. And we'll send you a pumpkin wrapper Funko Pop and some double issue swag. If you have any of that stuff, send it. Not the Funko Pop, we have that. If you have any of the fan creation stuff, be it art, a story, a poem, a rap, a song, I don't know. I can't think of everything that people could create.
Yeah.
But whatever is the winner also becomes canon in the double issue universe. And you can send all of that to doubleissueshow@gmail.com.
Write us a sweet fan fiction about the original creator of our comic book universe, who then goes on a long legal battle to steal rights from every other comic book writer and artist he ever works with.
If you want it to be about the double issue meta universe, you can also make it about that.
But you can also find me on Twitter at Gwair, GYWAIR.
And I'm also on Twitter at Quentin, but he's a goblin this month. That's my current name. It's at Quentin Pongratz, though.
It's pretty good.
I couldn't think of a good Halloween pun that everyone's doing. This is my first year being active on Twitter during Halloween month.
Yeah, and some people go way out.
I need to change our double issue one. I have a good double issue one. I have 90% of a good double issue one. Ready?
Ready.
Double, toil, and I don't know, like, toil and issue.
Ooh. Toil
like,
and...
you know, like the double, toil and trouble. Sorry I tangented us, but you can find us on the internet places.
Ooh.
We have links in our show notes. There's a website, there's a Twitter, there's a Facebook, there's a WordPress, there's a Discord, there's an Instagram. Usually double issue show. Our website is doubleissue.show. The song at the beginning of the episode was Freeharmonics by the Freeharmonic Orchestra. It was used and shortened under its Creative Commons license. And you can find it at freemusicarchive.org or in a link in the show note.
Speaking of redirect, next week it's going to be more story episodes, and we're bringing you the prompt part 3. So we're going to be doing follow-ups.
Yeah,
I just stole your
the season.
Your good word.
It's the season follow-up. We've run out of original ideas, so it's all sequels until the winter. Winter is coming.
Until Fintal. No. Win finals.
What?
I'm trying to make a winter pun. But it didn't work.
Yeah, we'll figure it out once we figure out the theme of winter. We have run out of ideas for this outro, though.
Yeah. So thanks.
Oh, we didn't explain part 3.
Oh, yeah.
We did the only story that we have right now that has a part 2. We're making a part 3 too.
Yeah.
Cliffhangers and resolutions, and then a part 3.
So instead of doing a part 2 to any of our other stories, we're just going to continue with our longest ones.
Yeah.
Let's say if we keep doing that, we'll eventually just have, like, small novels.
Yeah.
So it works.
No, but this follow-up is we're going to follow up on some different world builds and stories we've done, and we've got a few planned to do a few part 2s in the world builds to just come back to them after some time now. And we've got some more stories. We're going to do some sequels to other stories, too.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun to revisit some earlier stuff.
We talked about doing a part 2 to Citadel, a part 2 to Martians,
Mm-hmm.
5 more Aegis possibly as far as world builds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So join us for follow-up. Goodbye. I don't know. Is it bye time?
Yeah.
Hello for bye time.
I think we're both getting sleepy. Bye!
That may never be a plot point again. But it's there if we need it.